Did you miss the action? Did you miss the distraction? Do you miss the panic? Do you miss the egg? This is the finals, and it's about to become the next big thing in the FPS genre. I'm certain any friends of mine right now are rolling their eyes, as I tend to be positive about games to a fault. But it's not just me this time. The subreddit for this game is full of positive threads, and people going through withdrawal. Yeah, that's right, people are genuinely saying that they can't play any other game since the beta closed down. The numbers speak for themselves though. The final saw 7.5 million players trying the game out during the open beta, and general sentiment is that it's a breath of fresh air in the FPS genre, and I couldn't agree more. So this is for those who are clamoring for more footage to watch of this game, and those who are curious about what the big fuss is all about. This will be a compilation of clips from my time in the previous 3 tests, as well as my thoughts on what makes the game stand out. I'll even sprinkle a few tips in there for all those new to the game.
You lucky people!
As a disclaimer, everything is subject to change, since there could be more changes made between now and the full release. Even in this video, there's going to be clips of previous tests that have footage that doesn't necessarily represent the current state of the game. Talking of previous tests, here's a clip from one of the first tests I played in. Just checking out the roofs. Oh, man shooting at me. So, shooting once in the face. And then he takes cover, so I gotta get close. I gotta close that distance. And then he's dead. He's dead! I killed him! Oh dear. So just as a brief rundown of what the game is, it's an FPS shooter with 2 game modes, at least during the beta. That's right, I said beta earlier, now I'm saying beta. The first game mode is Quick Cache. It's basically, you have to steal a vault, take it to a cache out place, and then defend it until you cache out the vault. Yeah, right. This is much better suited for team gameplay since the defense is not that easy. The other game mode is Bank It, which is one where you collect coins, take them to a cash out point and deposit them. Bank It is more suitable to lone wolf players since you can cash out what you earn without defending a point. It means that if you get left behind by your team, you're not necessarily going to lose. There are 3 classes, the heavy, the light, and the medium. The different weight classes appeal to different kinds of players, and it's surprisingly balanced for something that does that. There's the light class, which is perfect for players like me who prefer more of a fast-paced shooter. Your main weapon there is mobility. You don't want to get shot too much because you don't have much health, but you can get in and out of fights a lot easier than others. The medium obviously is the middle ground. It's got a decent health pool and somewhat decent movement. And then there's the heavy, which is the tankier playstyle. The impressive thing about this is the balance. You can pick any one of these 3 weight classes and still have just as much a chance of winning the fights and you know, owning the other teams basically. So what makes the game good? Well, the movement and the destruction. They're probably my 2 favorite parts of the game. The incredible thing about the destruction is that it can be used to aid gameplay. It's not just like a superficial thing where the wall is suddenly gone. Chunks of the walls can fall down and they'll alter the playing field. Suddenly there's cover there, suddenly there's a new ledge for you to climb up on. You can use it to your advantage or your disadvantage. Obviously you don't want to use it to your disadvantage, that doesn't make sense. Someone else could use it to your disadvantage. So for example, the cash out point is above you. You're below it, you smash the floor with a sledgehammer, you throw up an explosive. The cash out point falls down to you and you're suddenly in control of it.
Oh no. Oh! Couldn't have been closer, amazing.
Similarly, you can do the same from above. You smash it, you have the high ground.
I have the high ground!
And now you are the one with the advantage. You can look into the room and get a good idea of what's going on in there. The movement feels great in all three classes, though obviously the heavy is kind of lacking in that department. It can still slide and can still use momentum at the top of zip lines, but the real movement comes into its own when you're playing a light. You can do all kinds of stuff with the grapples and the blinks. For example, this clip. I'm being shot at on the roof, I'm carrying the vault, I can't really fight back. I dive off the roof and swing myself back and throw it straight into the cash out point from off the side of the building. It's just... ooh. Oh, and if you place jump pads at an angle, you'll launch from that angle. You can use that to cover more ground too. Another thing I like is the superficial level of when you kill people they explode into coins. I mean, how fucking cool does that look?
What's your profanity?
Right, I'm sorry.
Money may not grow on trees, but a new vault just appeared in the arena.
The game also has a kind of rock, paper, scissors gameplay mechanic thing going on, where there are counters to a lot of the different things that you can do. For example, invisibility. Now, sure, you can hear when people are invisible. There's a very distinct noise. To counter invisibility, there's sonar grenades or motion detector. I don't know if the motion detector works, actually. Does the motion detector work with invisibility? I never really used it. Another aspect of the rock, paper, scissors gameplay is, like, the fire and the gas. Fire puts out gas. Smoke puts out fire. Goo is flammable. Flamethrowers are, well, I mean, you can counter a flamethrower by just not getting too close. Basically, there's always a way to get around the thing that keeps killing you.
As I just mentioned, invisibility has a very particular sound that is designed to make sure you can keep awareness of that particular threat. But there are other sound cues too that you should keep an ear out for. For example, the arming of turrets.
Back in action.
They take a little minute to warm up, so just be aware of it because your turret will not start firing straight away.
There's also the sonar grenades pinged.
They'll do the general's sonar sound as soon as you throw it, but you'll also get a separate ping for when someone is within the sonar range. In general, the sound design is actually very well thought out. Footsteps reveal where players are. For instance, the sounds of roof tiles. When people are running on the roofs, you can hear it. It's very distinct compared to the sound of someone inside a building. Glass makes a squeaky sound when you slide on it. It's quite nice.
By the way, since we're about halfway through the video, I don't normally ask, but maybe you could hit some of my buttons down there. You know, I got the big red one and the little bell one or something. I think there's a thumb. Click the thumb, the up thumb. Click the up thumb, not the... don't click the down one. Another thing I'm really keen on is the functionality of the environment itself. There's buttons for drawbridges, there's cranes that you can move around the map, there's elevators. Each of these simple mechanics can lead to unique moments of emergent gameplay. One of the big things that stands out about the finals to me personally is that it's still about the moment-to-moment gameplay. A win is nice, yeah, but the thing that makes it so fun is the crazy things that take place in a match. Even a simple task of taking a vault from one point to the other can be a hectic mess of action movie tropes.
Oh my god.
Oh, the whole shit is fucked. It's all fucked.
One thing's for sure, your conversations are going to be interrupted by moments of action in this game.
I just remember from our last time we were playing, like, just shit breaking and, like, you know, you'd bust the floor and it would be gone. Like, it would hit the ground and then just disintegrate.
Oh, no. I mean, things do disintegrate with enough damage, but in general, they're... What?! Fucking knifeman!
Wow!
Things like... they'll break into chunks first that are like the, you know...
Oh, yeah, something like that.
No. Now, in terms of things that you should be doing to be a good teammate, surviving is one of the best things you can do. If your teammates are down, they're both on a counter. You'll notice that they have a countdown timer next to their names when they're dead. As soon as that timer is down, they can insert a coin, which outside of tournament modes is unlimited. In tournament, you have a certain amount of respawns per team. In the quick play game modes, you're free to just respawn as many times as you need. So sometimes when you see your teammates are dead, the best thing you can do is maybe just hide. Just stay out of combat until they're able to respawn. Because as soon as all three of you die, the respawn timer starts again. Sometimes you'll be 1 second away from respawning and then your last teammate will die and it will reset the timer. So try and keep an eye on that. It's not always that easy when you're in the middle of a really high octane moment, but just do it. Just try and keep an eye out on your team.
I'm stealing. I need help.
I try.
No! Oh, tell me I got it. Keep him off it. Are you dead? You're a fucking god.
Another thing to try and do is when your team has wiped, use the free roam camera to keep an eye on what's going on the battlefield. You can track where vaults are going, and you can also see what your enemy's defenses are like before you run in there.
Okay, here's another clip. So these guys are trying to steal the point from us. I notice him. I stab him in the back. I could have right-clicked, but too late. Then I cloak up because this guy's coming at me. Sneak past, and my teammate cleans it up.
Too good.
Also, don't forget to use your defibrillators. I've seen it before where people have them equipped, but they don't use them. They'll still use the standard res, which is fine, but it's not fine at the same time. If you have them, use them. They're much quicker and they'll get your teammate up and running again within a second. On the topic of resing, let's take a minute to appreciate the genius idea of carrying your friend's token. When a teammate dies, they drop their token, and you can actually pick that up and move it into cover. You don't have to stand in the middle of where they just died to try and get the res off. It sounds like such an obvious game design choice now that I've seen it, but I've never really seen it in any other game before. So picking up your teammates' things, that's something, but it's not the only thing you can pick up. You have to pick up the vaults to cash them out. You can also pick up canisters that are dotted around the map, each having its own environmental hazard or benefit. Oh! You'll even notice them floating about in balloons around the map too. You have to be careful how you utilize them. For example, fire and gas, they're both going to damage your teammates if they're stuck in them, even if you threw it. So be careful. That can be the difference between a team wipe or a good defensive play.
Oh! Ah, fuck you! No!
There are things you can do to help your defense whilst trying to cash out. For example, sometimes the cash out points will be on top of these hanging platforms, and there's zip lines up to them. You can destroy the zip line. Just shoot at the metal bar and it'll snap, and suddenly that zip line's gone. This will stop your enemies from pursuing you, but obviously it can also stop your teammates from getting up there too, so think about how you're using it.
Well, I guess I better start wrapping this video up. With the game seemingly just around the corner, in fact people are assuming it's going to come out anytime around the Video Game Awards, which are airing today, tomorrow, soon, maybe in the past by the time you're seeing this. This whole video could be obsolete by now. There's many other things I could continue to talk about. I didn't even touch on the customization, which is pretty incredible. I've also got countless clips of just crazy moments, but if you want to see more clips, just let me know in the comments. I'll definitely make more videos on this game if it's something you want to see. And I'm going to try and stream the finals too. I'm really digging this game, and I'd love to play it with people. So if you're into that, check out my links below. I'll try and set up a schedule as soon as I know people will actually watch. For now, I'll just leave you with one more thing.
Here's a clip that really showcases just all the things I love about this game. Like, you see the destruction here. This room is unrecognizable. I wasn't even sure which part of the map I was on at the start of this. Then you see I'm using the movement abilities that I've got, the blink, to run. And I hear someone behind me. I know that I'm being pursued at this point. And it could be my teammates, but I'm not entirely sure, so I just keep moving. And I'm running this way, I press this button, that raises a wall behind me. I press this other button, because it also raises another wall. And then this button, it closes the drawbridge, and I slide down, getting a little bit further ahead. I'm still hearing footsteps behind me, and at this point I know it's not my teammates, they're both dead. So I'm just going to keep moving, try and get to the cache point. Chuck in the vault, and then as I'm looking through here, you see an enemy. So I was right, there was a guy chasing me the whole time. I have to play defensively here because I know that my teammates are dead, and of course the first thing I do is blow myself up with a grenade and just rush the guy. So, not the smartest play, but I'm still alive, I'm still in it. Just panicking at this point, knowing I need to wait for my teammates to get back alive. I open up the roof so I can keep an eye on the room. Slip in because I'm clumsy. And then I'm waiting. I've only got a sword. I'm not going to be able to do any ranged attacking here, so there we go. The guy who's been chasing me up on the roof again. Managed to kill that guy luckily, but I know there's still one above me. Spot someone there on the stairs. I'm just panicking. I'm just literally just panicking. Oh, and there we go. Here's my chance. Chance. Oh, yeah. Get the grenade off. Just about managed to not die yet again. I'm just scraping through here, but the adrenaline you feel in this game, it's just something else. And yet again, should be dead by now. I should have died about 3 times during this whole thing, and then I stand in fire and die. somehow we managed to kind of pull it off. I'm pretty sure we'd lose this point, but it was worth it. I liked it. It was good fun. This is a good clip. I like this clip. I like this game. Thanks for watching. Oh, what do you know? We actually won. Hey.
Pulling